What do you do for a living? Basically means, what is your job? Or, what do you do to make money? However, in conversation, we wouldn't usually ask someone, what do you do to make money? Or, what is your job? We usually ask, what do you do for a living? What do you do for work? Or just, what do you do? I'm Teacher Mike, and today we're learning how to talk about what you do for work when introducing yourself in English. So, the most common thing that we say is probably just I'm, followed by your profession. For example, I'm an English teacher and content creator. Another one that's very similar is I work as. This one is often used when the job is temporary or less connected to your identity. It can sound more like, this job is not an important part of who I am. It's just something that I'm doing right now to make money. For example, he's a teacher, but he also works as a cashier on the weekends. Another very common way to explain what you do is to just explain what you do. I, verb. For example, I create social media content to help adults who are learning English as a second language. If you want people to understand exactly what you do, this one is usually the best option because it tells them what you do. You can also use I work for, I work at, and I work in. I work for is usually followed by a type of company or the name of a company. For example, I work for a software company, or she works for Microsoft. You could also use this with a specific person. For example, he works for his uncle. I work at is usually followed by a location. For example, I work at a bank. We can also use it with a company, but when we use work at a company, it's a bit different from work for a company. For example, I used to work at Batumwan Princess Hotel in Bangkok, Thailand. The hotel only has one location, and every day when I went to work, I was at that location. So when people asked me where I worked, I usually said I work at Batumwan Princess Hotel. However, there were also people who worked for the hotel, but were not usually at the hotel. For example, the hotel's airport limousine drivers. They worked for the hotel, but they spent most of their time at the airport, not at the hotel. And here's another example that shows the difference. For about 1 year, I worked at a TV station. 2 days per week, I would go to their headquarters and teach a group of their employees. However, I did not work for that TV station. I worked for a training center that had a contract with them. So, although I worked at the TV station, I did not work for the TV station. I work in is usually followed by a field, department, or industry. For example, she works in finance, or he works in human resources. And when giving more specific information about what we really do at our job, we often use I'm responsible for. I'm responsible for basically means that something is a very important part of your job and you are the main person who does this thing. For example, when I was the education manager of a language center back in 2017, I was responsible for hiring and training new teachers. And if you work for yourself, you can say that you are self-employed. For example, I am a self-employed English teacher and content creator. If you have your own business, you can say that you have your own business, own your own business, or run your own business. And you're usually going to specify what type of business it is. For example, her mother runs a noodle stand at the night market. Or, my uncle owns a Japanese restaurant. And if you don't have a job right now, you can say that you are between jobs or unemployed. Unemployed just means that you don't have a job. However, it can sometimes sound a tiny bit negative, like maybe you can't find a job or don't want a job. Between jobs means basically the same thing, but it also says that you had a job before and you're confident that you will have another job again soon. So between jobs just sounds a bit more positive, whereas unemployed can sometimes sound a bit negative. So, what do you do for a living? Leave a comment and let me know.